Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the... The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Goff. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Lewis here on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A 2nd down run with Lewis. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here are the Cowboys under head coach Jason Garrett as they get set for their first opportunity. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, Can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Time for a look at the defensive starters now for the Rams. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I'm coming. He's checking.
A first down throw for Prescott. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Prescott now. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 22 carries, 68 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you don't want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Prescott on 3rd and goal. The ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. It's caught. Humphreys. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13. 1st down, Rams. On 1st down, it's Lewis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Lewis. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Here are the starters defensively for the Cowboys. And they played really well in the win last week over the Redskins.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Right there. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Lewis. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
On 2nd down at 4, Prescott. His throw incomplete. Noah Brown, the Ohio State man, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. That one complete to Elliott. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? That's on Lyle Collins. Free agent signee who was originally thought of as a first-round draft pick. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of 2, now third down. The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. Goff now to throw. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. All right, let's discuss Dion Lewis as he gets set to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Throwing again on second down. Goff. He gets it to Humphries. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. A shotgun snap for Goff. They got him in. It's Woods. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now they'll run with Lewis. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. On second down now, it's Lewis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, here's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 6. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. Now Goff.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On the draw, this is Lewis. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott looks to throw on first. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it. and say we'll see what happens. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
They go to Elliott again. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Off play action. Here's Goff. That'll be caught by Kupp. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run on first down. Lewis. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The draw play here, Lewis. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Out of the gun, Goff. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Oh, he sheds himself free. Elliott a first down and more. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Rams' 48-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here's Elliott. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. To throw is Prescott. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Open man. Higbee, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Prescott now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He finds Hopkins complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Elliott. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Goff. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. In search of redemption from the pick 6. Goff. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They run with Lewis out of the gun. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Rams going for it on 4th. Goff. He finds Humphries. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
1st and 10.
Now Goff on 1st down. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To the air again. Goff. Launching one for... And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 40 yards. Goff throwing again. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's... And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 6 yards away. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they've been...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Again, it's Elliott. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for gone. It's caught. Humphreys. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now, standing just outside his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Draw play, Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't it?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there.